Welcome to our new series, the 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie. Talked about a film that we both were going to see. Unfortunately, you didn't. I'm still going to do a quick review. I'm not going to obviously very spoiler free as much as I can here. Do not worry.
Nice.
And that's because I know we discussed this the last episode, and we've been I've been keeping up a little bit with the Marvel universe, a couple of the Marvel movies. I know I saw some of the shows, you haven't. And I did see Captain America Brave New World, which I even said was like, all right, this feels like the start of what the next phase should be, but they're not there yet. You know, like you knew where they were going. And I don't want to say I don't remember where I ranked it. I'm kind of looking this up as it's number 43 right now. So yeah, seeing it was more the struggle of Sam Wilson and the Falcon. But anyhow, so obviously the next one that came out very much intrigued me because a lot of people loved it, and this felt like the next big step, and that is the movie Thunderbolts, which just came out.
A lot of things,
a lot of good things, and so it hits. For those who don't know, and I'm going to try and say,
nice.
It hits depending on how you like things, and I'm going to kind of get into that. No, because here's the thing: great. It depends on what part, and I think you and I like the same parts of Marvel, and some people, because there's so many different Marvel movies that some people are like, oh, I love Iron Man. Oh, I'm not big on the Thor. You know what I mean? So that you'll see why I'm going to say that. Get there in a second. But yeah, it's basically about a bunch of, I don't want to say misfits, but they really play into the misfits working together. People who are just kind of working undercover, just basically being assassins, and they find a way to work together. This gave me, and I kind of read why. At first, this gave me Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. And I love Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm going to say this right now. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, much better than this. Partly because I think the chemistry was there right away with everyone. And Chris Pratt is Star-Lord. So it was hilarious.
Yes.
And that was that kind of vibe. This is a little bit of a darker tone. But so basically, if you don't know, it's kind of stars, what's her name? Yelena, who is the younger sister to Black Widow. Well, she is a Black Widow as well, because, if you saw the movie Black Widow, and she's just kind of, figuring out why she's doing this. And, she kind of she's at that point in life, she wants to be more. She wants to kind of, be out there, because she's just behind the shadows and stuff like that. And she's put on this mission from Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Every time I look at her, she's Julia Louis-Dreyfus to me. But basically, like, just do this one cleanup, and we'll find something new where you're more in the public eye. And she's on this like quick mission, and also, so she's in the. I'm just gonna say it's like a big vault, and she's supposed to destroy it all, and she has a target in mind. But when she's there, U.S. agent John Walker. Now, those who don't know him, he is from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show.
This agent is in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you didn't see the show. So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he was Captain America. He took, because Sam Wilson did not take the mantle. Yeah. He took it, but obviously he couldn't really handle it. He even took the serum. And he got beat, and he went a dark route. That's why Sam Wilson in the in the show and in the second movie, or Captain America movie, not the second movie, but his movie, that he was dealing with that. He chose not to take the serum, and this is why. But obviously, he could not deal with the fact of being a failed Captain America, so he's trying to kill Yelena. Ghost, who is from Ant-Man and Wasp, appears. They're all trying to kill each other, and Taskmaster. So it's weird. And you realize they kind of finally come to the conclusion this is a setup, and they get kind of sealed in, and basically the whole thing is going to go up in flames. And for some reason, there's some random guy in there named Bob. This is,
of course,
hilarious. Lewis Pullman, fucking hilarious. And it's his story arc that you're like, all right, why is he here? But once they figure out, so they're like, they want to go their own ways, but at the same time, like, we need to, they also need to team together to get out of this place, but, they want to get revenge. Hence, again, the team that shouldn't work together do. And the reason why I say this definitely gives me Guardians of the Galaxy vibes is because what I recently read was James Gunn, he wanted to do Thunderbolts. This was going to be the next project
Mm,
in line for him until he went to DC, the
right.
DCU. So I think there was a lot set up, and you can see why. But this is a lot of a darker tone. Yeah, so I will say this definitely. I love a lot of the characters. Red Guardian, they work well together. This team, I can see it how it's going to go forward, and I'm liking where the direction it's going. The villain, and I don't want to say too much about it. I understand why they chose him. It just did not fit this story, in my opinion. But it was
Mm,
sensible for a first movie. You know, like it was. There's a little some parts which are very anticlimactic, in my opinion. So I did like it. I love the teamwork. Again, I saw a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy minus again Chris Pratt, funny as shit, Star Lord. So like you're not gonna get that level of comedy that, and they've had enough. They worked together 3 films. They have great chemistry, but you can see why. Like okay, these guys can work together. They're not supposed to. Again, they're always called the misfits. They're not supposed to be anything. So it's basically
hmm.
the people who don't belong. And I think that's why I liked it. You know, for anyone who just didn't feel like they belong, who wants to be a superhero, because that's what all they want to be. They actually kind of want to be heroes in their own way, but all failed for different reasons. You know, like I said, the
Hmm.
U.S. agent failed. So it worked, but I just, in my opinion, I don't know why the main villain worked. And it's funny because Jill actually watched this with me. I'm like, listen, I'm going to watch this here. It was early morning. I'm like, I want to kind of see this. And she doesn't really get into Marvel. She knows some of it, but she watched some of it, and
Yeah.
she's like, who the fuck's Bob? I'm like, I don't know who Bob is. He's just there. So we're laughing at that. But she's questioning, who this, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of stupid, but I get why they did it. And I think there might be more explanation. So I think the good thing is, yeah,
Wow.
they got this team together because we all know we know Fantastic Four was next. We know Doom is, the end, not the end game, but the next kind of the big baddie once they get there. So they're introducing stuff. So I did
Interesting.
enjoy it. I just felt like there was something missing that could have just make this so good. And I don't want to say, but I will say this, Soto, see it. This is definitely a very good starting point to what the next phase is going to be. So now if you
Oh,
did
hey.
not watch the shows, if you did not watch any of that, yeah, you might miss a few clues. Because like I said, he was from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She did. I mean, that was the movie Black Widow, but she was also in Hawkeye. Like I said, so they all appeared, and it was all their backstory. So you might not know, but even if you don't watch it, you kind of get the vibe of what happened. So it's not like you need much explanation. It's really just her story. She's kind of the main character. So if you saw the movie Black Widow, that might be the only thing I suggest seeing before this. More for just Yolanda's her character because she's kind of the star of this. So that's the only thing. Everything else you don't need to see. You don't need to see the shows, this and that. Um, but no, it was good, Soto. Just not, I don't know, just not where I thought it would be, and I think that was just the villain miss. But again, you see the chemistry happening with it. It's not there. They got some of it, but so again, I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but the main question is, Soto, where the fuck am I going to put this?
Ultimate question.
Now, I will say
Yeah.
this is definitely 100% going higher than Captain America: Brave New World. Um, that was
Okay,
just
that's
that.
good.
Yeah, because that again, I think the only good part was more of the Sam Wilson character, and what his that was just the character arc, and that also kind of will lead into the next thing, but it wasn't big. And Harrison Ford and the Red Hulk was just a fucking waste. Um,
Wow.
it was. I felt like it could have been more. Though I know the original actor passed. Oh, all right. This could change. How many times have we
As
said this?
always.
This actually might go
Yes.
up. I'm just feeling it here in the moment. I mean, it's my top 30, and I'm
Hmm.
putting it at number 26. I'm going to put it underneath the menu above Happy Time Murders. I feel like it could climb up. I think just the disappointment of the villain is what's keeping it from maybe breaking top 20. So, but again, if this movie sits a little bit, it could. Maybe it goes down. It's certain, but I would definitely say I see it. If you want to see where this is going with Doom, I think this is a very good starting point. You don't need to see Brave New World. I honestly that you don't need to. unless you're very big on Falcon and why he became Captain America. But you know,
Right.
um, but I think these characters, and I will say, stay for the end credit scene because there is some little tidbit outside of the big reveal. If you listen to the conversation, that's the secret where you know where something is going. So it's not even the big
Okay.
reveal at the end, where you're like, dun dun, because they reveal kind of the next whatever, something that's coming, which we all
Hmm.
kind of know. I don't want to spoil it, but when you hear them
Hmm.
talking with each other, that's to me the key. And I think that's why I like the Thunderbolts because they are the anti-heroes, but they want to be heroes. So it is fucking hilarious. But it's true. So yeah, 26 right now. I'm feeling good about it. Definitely better than the new Captain America. I will see if Fantastic Four comes out to Disney Plus before the end of the year. That's next in line, I believe, because there's nothing in between. I will see that and review that, but I'll see where all this is going. I've heard mixed things, about Fantastic Four, but I think a lot of people couldn't handle the fact that it kind of took place in the '60s. Who knows? So,
I'll definitely check that out for sure.
oh yeah, no, but yeah. So I would definitely say if you get a chance, see Thunderbolts. Whether you see it this year or not. I think this is these are kind of going to be some of the new characters we're going to be seeing, for good or bad.
Cool.
But Soto, that does it. That's
Episode
it.
30.
Episode 30. 6 more movies.
Real episode 30.
142 to down, 58 to go.
Oh, oh God.
No Tubi September. I am sticking by this. I
Okay.
don't know what
All
I'm
right.
seeing. No
I,
Tubi
I
September.
will. I will do. I will stick with that too.
Because next month we're going to be seeing a lot of shit. I wouldn't be surprised if all of October we saw horror themed movies. I would not be surprised.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's spooky season.
It is. But you know what? Sometimes a movie I want to see pops up, and I'm like, I need to see this. I definitely need because like I said, I know some movies I'm going to see next month. I'm saving them. They're on Tubi. They might be on something else, but they're definitely Tubi quality. So, but Soto, that should do it. 30 down. We got 4 months to go. September, October, November, December.
30,
So
30.
about 11 to 12 weeks. So if we
Oh,
just average 2 each.
4 months.
Yeah, we will be right there, kind of right there. So yeah, 16 weeks. Yeah, so we as long as we get to our 2, but we can double up if need be. If we got the time. So I know the next 2 weeks might be hard, but Soto, that's it. Guess what? Football just started. That has nothing to do
It
with this. Football just started. So yes, everyone that's listened to this, thank you. As usual, if there's a movie you want to see, just put it in the comments. If it's on Tubi, we can't watch it for September, but maybe next month. But until next time, just watch some movies, some good movies. Just stay away from the
Yes.
Pope's
Just hit play.
Exorcist. Yeah, just hit play.
Yeah. Don't watch. Pope's Exorcist. Don't do it. Dumb.